Hello again. We're going to be talking about classifying angles. So we got three types of angles. We got acute, right, and obtuse. So right is going to be 90 degrees. Okay, acute is going to be a measure of the angle is less than, let's say it's B. It's going to be less than 90 degrees. And obtuse is going to be measure of the angle C is, it's not written in the right place. So 90 is going to be less than our angle, measure of our angle, and our angle is going to be less than 180. So our angle can't be greater than a straight line. So straight line, by nature, has an angle of 180. Okay. So if you are wondering, we're going to classify some, and then we will move on to talking about congruent angles, how to construct congruent angles, and then we're actually going to talk about angle bisectors. So we're going to move through this one but quicker. Okay, congruent angles. Congruent angles are two angles with the same measurement and the same size and the same measurement. Now, how do you create that? How do you design? How do you do that? I have distractions. That's what's going on with my video. SK decided to visit, so you can blame her if the video just suddenly lost its quality or something like that. No, just kidding. That wasn't it. So first things first, if we create an angle, where, let's say I created this angle right here, okay? Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to construct a congruent angle, okay? So I take this angle right here, and we're actually going to first start with a ray. So I'm going to start with a ray. It doesn't have to be same length because it doesn't actually affect that. Then we're going to take a compass, our beautiful compass, and we're going to take this. Okay, and we're going to so we basically take any length along the angle, the first angle. We do the same thing for the second angle. Okay, now after you do that, you take your compass, you plop it right down on the angle, and you're actually going to need to measure right where the angle hits that line. Okay? Something to that effect. Okay? So you see that cross point right there? That's actually going to be where our angle. Then we have to draw a ray with a straight edge. So drawing with a straight edge. Draw it right underneath because technically our angle was just slightly smaller than that. Actually, is right here. There we go. And is this the same angle? We do this. We have constructed congruent angles, okay? So what we would do is you would do this. It's one. It's congruent. It's like this. So if this was B, A and C, and this is N. Just kidding. That doesn't make sense. M, N, and O. Then angle ABC is congruent to angle M, N, O. No. Okay, that's how we construct congruent angles. Okay, so let's talk about angle bisectors. Now, they're solving. So if you have 90 degrees, they show, like if two angles are, if you bisect an angle, it divides it in half. So then both halves will be equal. So example 3 is actually solving for it. So if you have it bisected, that means you could solve both halves are equal, and you can solve for the length, the size. Okay. Construct a bisect with an angle. Oh, sorry. Something weird just occurred in my stomach. It's nothing to worry about, but yeah, whatever. Okay. Bisect of an angle. We take an angle. We take a ray. Sorry. Then take a secondary ray. Actually, let's make this big enough so a bisector makes sense. Okay. Now, to bisect the angle, we need to first measure out Sorry, I need to make a. If you're watching the video, it's this part of the video is just me trying to. Okay, now. So, I do this beautiful thing. So, this is point what? Q. This is point P, and this is point R. Does it matter the order? No. Okay, so first thing, with the compass, you're going to measure out from P to Q. And you get that measure, then you take Q, you make this little arc out further along. Okay? You do the same thing with P to R. In this case, P to R. Then you go over, let's make this little arc from P to R. Okay. Now, you have made such marks. So now you take your straight edge from the middle of the vertex out to their intersection, which in this case is like right there. And you're going to draw a straight edge. Sorry about that. Oh, wait. This is actually the accurate one. Okay. You have to be careful because sometimes if you messed up with your compass, it's going to draw strange. Okay. There we go. So then we're going to actually have an angle bisector with this. Now what might have happened, why I might have two varying things, is our Q and our the suction right here. You see it? It's too wide, so I can't center necessarily P on it. So it might have changed the bisector. But these two should be equal angles, okay? Should be congruent angles. Okay, that's an angle bisector. You can actually angle bisector an obtuse angle, so something greater than 90, a right angle, and an acute angle. You can do all of those, okay? Okay. Can you trisect an angle? No. So bisect is the one possible. And the reason why we can't trisect is something in algebra doesn't let us. Okay. That's the end of this video. We will move on to 1.5.